everybody out there. Hey y'all, how you doing? Okay, so I'm going to try not to ramble on as much in this video because I have a lot to talk about. So let's jump into how we're going to do this. Okay, so as promised in my last video, I said that I will be making the Curvy Girl Chronicles a little bit more versatile, as opposed to not only doing makeup videos, but doing fashion videos, hair videos, nail videos, skin videos, advice, love things. And so this is the first video that I'm making for hair, and I'm really excited because I was always afraid to do these videos because I wasn't thinking that I would be help, but I figured I could be pretty helpful for those who are have natural hair. Let me specify that at first. I know little about relaxed hair. I know little about weave, but I have friends who know a lot about weave, and I have friends who know a lot about relaxed hair. So I will try to set up videos prior to this one, interviewing them, or have them post videos on my page for my relaxed and weave loving ladies. But when you see me do a hair video, these are specifically for my natural hair ladies only. Natural hair. The definition of natural hair is hair that has no perm. Okay, my hair, although it may look like it's relaxed, it is not. I've been natural for about, I want to say 3-4 years now. I haven't had a perm since May of my sophomore year in high school. So that was about 07, 08. So next month, May 2011, will mark my 4-year anniversary of being natural, and it was a hard journey. So for those who are starting out, please know that it's going to be worth it in the end. Okay, so this video will be broken down into 3 parts. The first part will be for my transitioning ladies. Transitioning means that you are transitioning from a perm to natural. So I will give you tips on transitioning. The second part of the video will be for my color treated natural ladies like myself. Just some tips to keeping your hair moisturizing and knowing what color to pick and all that stuff. And the third part of this video will be for those natural ladies who don't have color treated hair but are just natural and just want to know how to retain length, or some product type of ideas, or just just regular FAQs on natural hair. So let's get started. So the first part will be transitioning. Okay, so transitioning. Okay, so the pictures that you just saw were pictures of me while I was transitioning, which was during the years of, I believe it was 08. Don't quote me on that. It was either 08 or 07. But starting 07, 08-ish beyond. So I basically was transitioning from 07 to, I believe, 09, I believe. And so those pictures were from then. Transitioning can be very difficult because 2 things that don't match are permed hair and natural hair, because they just fight. They just don't mix, and it's just so hard because part of your hair that is relaxed does what you want, and then the other part doesn't do what you want because you're not quite sure how to take care of your hair yet. So the 2 parts should not exist in the same world, but they have to. Unless you go the big chop route. The definition of a big chop is when you cut all of the permed hair off of your hair, leaving you only with natural hair. The big chop is optional. I did not do the big chop. That was something that I personally chose not to do. But if you choose to do it, go right ahead, so be it. But I did not choose the big chop route. I picked the route of just growing my hair out through different hairstyles, transitioning hairstyles and protective hairstyles. And so some transitioning hairstyles that you may want to use, just in case that you are not going the big chop route, or maybe you want to grow some of your hair out before you do the big chop, I would definitely highly recommend braids. Braids definitely keep the hair out of your way and keep you from having the temptation of perming it or, you know, doing anything to it. Because transitioning can be very, very tough, and it can give you the strong want to perm it and to want to give up. And so basically putting your hair up and not touching it definitely is an option. And braids was how I mainly did that. So I highly recommend that for you. If you don't want to do braids, you can always do weave. I'm not really a strong connoisseur of weave. I don't know why. It just don't work for me. But for some ladies it does. And definitely weaves. I heard sew-ins definitely help your hair grow longer. And also you have the option of switching your style up and having different looks. So definitely play with weaves for a while. Some other protective styles are twist or updos, or basically anything that keeps your hair out of your hands. Because once your hands get in your hair and you don't like the two textures of both worlds, you're going to want to do something about it. And you're going to be tempted to sit in a chair and basically just give up and get a perm. So basically, if you keep your hands out of your hair and if you basically put your hair up for a while, then your transitioning process should run a little bit smoother. It is definitely a tough road because, like I said before, natural hair and relaxed hair do not get along or exist in the same place. So it is going to be hard, but I'm telling you, if you put your hair up, put it in braids, put it in weaves, put it in twists or updos, or keep your hands out of it, I promise you it will grow. And that sooner than you think, you'll be cutting the little ends off of your hair. All I had to do to make my hair completely natural was just cut off some of the ends of my hair, and I was natural. I didn't even have to cut that much off. So I completely grew my whole perm out, and all I had to do was cut the ends, and I was no longer, you know, had no perm in my hair. So transitioning definitely is tough, but you can do it, okay? You can do it. And if you keep your hands out of your hair, and if you put them in protective styles such as braids, weaves, and twists, and updos, then you should be fine. So ladies, stick with it. Stick with it, and if you can't stick with it, then get a perm. Try again another time. I mean, it's just hair. So if you want to give up at first, you know, go back to your perm, and then from then on you can try it again. But, you know, you can do it. So that is part 1, transitioning.